Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game and Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pat with JP Zucato on camera. And we're at Tibet's Brook Park this afternoon for probably the game of the weekend in the American Premier Soccer League Metropolitan Division. It's a playoff race showdown between Manhattan Celtic and Hoboken FC. The kickoff is going to be pushed back a little bit, expecting it's going to be a 4:45 kickoff due to a youth game beforehand running a little bit late. But when we do kick off, the hunt for a top 4 spot could not be any closer. Celtic, Hoboken and Manhattan all sit level on points if we have a look at the table, with 9 games left in the season. After today, neither Celtic nor Hoboken have ever made the APSL playoffs, and it's hard to imagine at least one of them won't qualify come the end of the season given the standings. And whilst today will by no means be the final word, it could certainly tip the scales. And in this tightest of races, there's more pressure on Hoboken to get victory than Celtic this afternoon. Celtic beat Hoboken 2-1 in the reverse fixture in full, which means a draw today gives Celtic the head-to-head tiebreaker, which applies after both teams have played each other. That tiebreaker, of course, will come into effect if the two sides are level on points at the end of the season. Another advantage for Celtic is they got the huge test of Lansdowne out the way last Sunday, coming away with an invaluable point. And of the top 3, Celtic have the Greeks and Pan Cyprians still to play, whereas Hoboken still have all 3 to go. And Hoboken also considered a late equaliser on Wednesday night against relegation candidates Vistula, which was really a team on paper they should have beaten, and that's increased the pressure on them too. But all that being said, it is extremely tight. But particularly if Manhattan Celtic can win, it does give them a little bit of breathing room. We're still a lot of the season left to go. And the most recent meetings between Celtic and Hoboken produced 2 gripping encounters last year at Laurel Hill Park. Both games came down to big moments in the dying seconds, both of which fell in Celtic's favour. In September, Anthony Donaldson was denied a stoppage time equaliser for Hoboken by the underside of the crossbar. And in May, Marco Charnas completed a stunning late Celtic comeback with a 95th minute penalty. But Hoboken will take heart from their visit to Celtic back in 2023, which is their last time they've come up to face Celtic here. They thumped their hosts 5-1. They could certainly use some of that magic today. And today's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the freshest, most advanced cleat bag to save athletes from smelly footwear and gear. And they're offering a special promo to the entire Game and Frame community. Scan the QR code and add the air case to your cart. You'll get 10% off. And also we're sponsored by the Metropolitan Soccer League today, who of course Hoboken and Manhattan Celtic both got promoted from, and also have their reserve teams competing in Division 1. And it is hard to believe these 2 teams were only promoted each a few years ago, given the brilliant seasons they both had thus far. It's been their best ever APSL campaign so far. This time last season, Hoboken had 6 less points and Manhattan Celtic 5 less. It's a real testament to how the Metropolitan Soccer League and APSL system has let these teams grow sustainably and thrive into a really top tier amateur soccer clubs. So if you are an amateur team in the New York area looking to get your start, definitely check out the Metropolitan Soccer League, which does promote into the American Premier Soccer League. Well guys, don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly with the kickoff.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding, who's gone for a spacious shot! It's magnificent by Spalding!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Tibet's Brook Park. Expecting to kick off in just a few minutes. Again, we got delayed by about 15 to 20 minutes due to a youth game running over prior. They actually still had a second half to play, but very kindly they moved to another one of the 3 fields at Tibet Brooks Park so that we weren't too late with the kick-off. But it's a big few hours for that race for the 3rd and 4th playoff spot. Lansdowne visit Vistula this evening as well at 6 p.m. Of course, you'd expect them to win that, but Vistula proved last season they were a much stronger force in spring than they were in fall, and given the way they got a point against Hoboken on Wednesday night, might be a similar story this year. This is coming at the tail end of another brilliant weekend of action. We've had, on Game of the Frame, we've had 6 MLS Next games. Today we will, by the end of today, we would have had 4 Metropolitan Soccer League games, 2 American Premier Soccer League matches as well. And we're just getting started. April, May, June, it only increases the number of teams, number of leagues we're covering. And we're very excited as well that we've transitioned back onto YouTube, which we're testing to see if it can handle the volume of streams that we have. So far so good. Last weekend did well. And we know that it's a great accessible platform for people to watch grassroots sports, and also, very importantly, free to watch as well, to make sure maximum access to give the game the coverage it deserves. And we are hoping that we can continue to really build the presence here on YouTube. So for those of you watching on YouTube, appreciate it, and please hit that subscribe. Well, our teams are lined up. We're just going to have to confirm the starting 11 information once they are on the field. As we head into kick-off here, the teams neck and neck, Hoboken and Manhattan Celtic, both looking to make history and qualify for the American Premier Soccer League playoffs for the first time. 9 match weeks left after today. A lot of twists and turns surely still to come, but today could be a pivotal moment, no doubt about that. Hoboken, of course, will be in their traditional blue, and Manhattan Celtic in their traditional green and white hoops. It's not too often we get up to Tibet's Brook Park, but it's a beautiful venue. Great playing surface, and a decent amount of nature around as well. Young Park will be wearing the armband for Hoboken. And Marco Charnas will be the skipper for Celtic. And one notable bit of team news before we do it, talk about the starting 11s, is both teams are missing their top scorers today. For Celtic, Nicholas Badesic, who has 9 in this campaign, is absent. And for Hoboken, the prolific Luca D'Estachio also missing. D'Estachio the joint second top scorer in the Metropolitan division with 11 goals. So Pangrazi, who's on the ball right now, will be deputising for him, a very adept deputy, and he's been with this Hoboken side for a number of years. Pacey and a good hold-up man, and obviously with a very big physical presence when balls are delivered into the 18-yard box. And it will be Alberto Pangrazi to kick us off it. And away we go. The race for a Metropolitan Division playoff spot tantalisingly set up. Hoboken, Lansdowne and Celtic all neck and neck, and all playing in the next 4 hours. Sit back and relax. A lot could change in the table, and just for a second it looked as if Alberto Pangrazi could be about to ghost in. When Sanchez settles for the throw-in. Danger was well closed down in the centre by Celtic. Driven ball out on that right side to Yingling, who hooks in a hopeful cross, couldn't get his foot around it at all though. But it will transition between the sides on the far field, but it's worked out to Giovanni Morales, who scored twice in the September meeting between these sides, twice in the space of 6 minutes. That ended up earning Celtic the crucial 3 points. Loose there by Barquin. And Charnas is looking towards the far post, towards Ataman Gueye. But too much on that cross. It was actually a Bazan, even, excuse me, on the left back position who misplaced that pass. Barquin, right back, and Barquin scoring call it a cross shot on Wednesday from a long way out against Vistula. Sanchez does well to turn and finds Yingling. Barquin on his overlap, but Yingling tried to force a little bit and telegraphed. And Celtic will come away with the free kick. Burkhardt with the header. Up time by Barzanta Sanchez, who's policed well by Mankata. Here's Mohamed Cisse. He gets it back again. And not the best bit of distribution by the keeper, puts it straight out for a throw-in. Bazan will toss it into Sanchez. And Hoboken will get the first corner kick of the game. Put out by Mohamedou Sow. It's going to be an in-swinging ball towards the near post. Charnas rising well, and Corey Burcott, who can hit them, would have had to produce something truly magnificent to score that one very, very high. And moving quite quickly, and in the end could only connect with his shin. But here's a little bit of trivia for you. The last 2 goals Hoboken have scored against Celtic have both been courtesy of the Burcott twins. Spencer in September and Corey in May. Spencer is on the bench this afternoon. The ball is worked back to Ortiz, but he also, like Cisse, a little uncomfortable with his distribution early in this game. It is quite a narrow pitch at Tibet's Brook Park. Thrown in dangerously. Burcott will hook it clear. And here's Eze Brown. Sal policing the situation well. But as I was saying, pitch quite narrow, and I think that does make it a bit harder to play out the back from teams, as that's hitting hopefully by Husanov, but very comfortable for Ortiz to gather. Pangrazi. Him and Smith not quite on the same page. Charnas riding the tackle well. Look to find some space in behind Bazan. Hoboken intercepting. Here's Corey Burcott. Brown. In a breakneck tempo so far, but Burcott just picking his head up and opting to calm play down a little bit. Here's Josimar Sanchez. That's a brilliant raking ball out to Yingling, who's searching towards Luke Smith. It took a deflection, the cross, as it made its way into the 18-yard box. Burcott in a close fight for that ball with Husanov, and in the end Burcott was judged to have been penalised. Park with the diagonal ball, brilliant ball out to Uwe Sanchez. Was unable to beat Makata, who's had the better of the opening exchanges between those two. Morales will bring it forwards, and he's passed Josimar Sanchez, and he slipped into Singh. The flag stays down. Atam Ngwe works onto his right foot and then tried to cut back, and the attack just broke down there. I wonder if Singh's first touch had been a little bit more positive, whether he could have found himself in behind. Let off a Hoboken. Brown turning it over in the middle. And the referee playing a good advantage for Hoboken. Barquin down the channel, Yingling racing after it. But Smith there to shepherd it back to Mohamed Cisse. Both teams coming into this afternoon in decent unbeaten form. Hoboken unbeaten in their last 5 in the league, taking 11 points from that. Celtic unbeaten their last 4. The only points dropped in that period, the draw against Lansdowne last Sunday. But really, of course, when you're playing Lansdowne, it always feels like a point earned when you can draw against them. Atamengwe wriggling away from Barquin. 2 options to aim for. Couldn't pick out either. And Josemar Sanchez was well positioned. Both Hoboken centre-backs, Park and Sanchez, versatile players. They can play up in the midfield as well, so both very comfortable with the ball at their feet. Charnas. Morales trying to get it in behind, and he is in behind. Atamengwe with a beautiful, delicate touch to open the scoring for Manhattan Celtic. They strike on the 10-minute mark. And they cut Hoboken's defence to ribbons. A beautiful move. And Atamengwe with the composure to finish. And Giovanni Morales again has his say against Hoboken. He adds an assist to the 2 goals he got last time. And that really was the first chance of the game. That is a very good one, and Atamengwe knew he just had to get enough contact on him, but he did it with a beautiful style. Ball was just a little behind him. How do Hoboken react? So at the moment, very early into this afternoon, Manhattan Celtic have moved up into 3rd place on 26 points. Lansdowne on 4th in 23. Of course, Lansdowne kicking off against Vistula at 6 p.m. and then Hoboken on 23. But a lot of football left to go this afternoon. Brown. Lost in the middle. It's turned over by Coleman. Morales with a brilliant switch. Here's Husanov. They're queuing up in the middle, and it took a unpleasant deflection. Parker felt like he had to get something on it. Or it might have been Barquin actually, one of the 2. But sent it hurling towards their own goal. Ortiz had his wits about him. Charnas, who had a big hand in the goal as well. That beautifully timed reverse ball to Morales, and Celtic finding their rhythm after that goal. Pangrazi, doing Sanchez. Burkhart. Barquin. Back to Chung Park. Corey Burkhart. Josemar Sanchez with a diagonal ball, and Mankata's made an error here, and Ewan Sanchez is going to come onto his right foot, and then it's going to fall to Alberto Pangrazi. Perilous moment here for Celtic, and Eze Brown just over the crossbar. First chance for Hoboken, Brown shaving the crossbar. And it was an error of Celtic's own making there. Mankata, who was very astute in the opening exchanges against Iwan Sanchez, made a big error there, and he will be breathing the biggest sigh of relief. That didn't hit the back of the net. Look at that for a little give and go between Coleman and Makata. Did end up breaking down. Pangrazi. Eze Brown. Yingling with a bit of space on the right side. Pangrazi steaming towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Yingling across the face of goal. And that was a really high quality delivery. It just needed a bit more of a gamble from Pangrazi or Luke Smith at the far post. Quick fire chances for Hoboken, but no dice. Rivera, well worked out from the back by Celtic. Atamengwe. Really well played by Celtic. Mankata. He held on to it a little too long, but well bailed out by Morales, and he's helped on to Charnas, who's won that 50-50 with Sanchez. Atamengwe on his right, Husanov on his left. And it may come here to Atamengwe. The flag going off, I think that would actually have been incorrect. It was the referee overruled because it was a Hoboken touch that knocked that ball back in the end. But either way, Academic, Hoboken able to clear their lines. Grassi watched very closely by Rivera. Atamengwe nipping away at the heels of Barquin, and the referee giving the free kick to Hoboken, who trail here. So we just past the 17-minute mark. Atamengwe finishing a lovely Manhattan Celtic move on the 10-minute mark. But two big chances for Hoboken since then. Morales, he's looked so sharp early on. They just tried to take on one too many blue shirts that time. Park. Smith. It's a really good press by Husanov, which gets applause from Coach Thacker. Here's Singh, who was really well defended by Jung Park. He didn't commit himself until absolutely necessary. Well timed. And the lost touch came off of Singh as well. Yingling not heading that quite where he meant to. Atamengwe. Marco Charnas. Husanov, who's looking for that free kick, and he's bought himself one. I think there was a slight touch by Barquin, but not a lot on it. But this is a good position for Celtic here to either get something into the penalty area, or maybe, if they're feeling very ambitious, try and test Ortiz directly. Husanov, who won it, will take it. About 30 yards out. He's going to deliver it in. Pangrazi, and then Singh on the rebound, and then Atamengwe. Sanchez with the block that may have been creeping in past Ortiz. I tell you what, if Singh could have got some better purchase on the strike too, it's a really good opportunity. Pangrazi, Smith, one back by Celtic. I think it's fair to say are winning the midfield battle at the moment. Turning over a lot of balls in there. Connor Coleman. Gives it back to Sal. Smith. Coleman. Sharnas. Looking to Mankata. Bazan not getting enough behind that clearance at all. It's sent towards the edge. Here's Morales. Takes a deflection and then there's a massive mess at the back for Hoboken. Play continues. The goal was gaping. But they escaped. It wasn't a good enough cross back in. Morales tried to rescue that ball. Him and Bazan almost got in the way of each other. The ball was spilled right to the feet of a Celtic player. And Manuel Ortiz just getting a little bit of attention here. I think he might have taken a little knock to the head in all the commotion. The play will resume and Mankata will hurl it into the penalty area. Atamengwe. Ball came off of his hand. Ortiz right down the middle. And Rivera not taking any chances. And guys, today's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's most advanced cleat bag that kills all odour. The air case makes for odour-free car rides and apartments using anti-microbial technology. And they're offering the Game and Frame community a 10% discount if you scan the QR code and add an air case to your cart. You'll get 10% off. Big thank you to them for supporting the broadcast, and also to the Metropolitan Soccer League, who have over four competitive divisions, over 90 teams, and a pathway to promotion to the American Premier Soccer League. And of course, Hoboken and Manhattan both promoted from the APSL, from the CSL, excuse me, and both have reserve teams still playing in the Metropolitan Soccer League. So if you're an amateur team in New York looking to find the team with a true path to high level for sustainable growth as a club, look no further than the Metropolitan Soccer League. Flicked on, and Atamengwe is going to scramble for the breadcrumbs. Unfortunate for him, he lost his balance. Barzan has to slot it through to Brown. And here's Yingling, who's been lively so far for Hoboken, taking on Rivera. Yingling onto his left foot, straight down the gallop of Mohamed Cisse. But playing with lots of confidence, Yingling. made quite a splash when he joined Hoboken at the start of last year. Scored the clincher against the Pan-Cyprians in that historic victory. And it's been a really important part of this Hoboken side since then. Charnas. Morales. Kicked the tough as he went for the delivery, and I think we can give him that one with the start he's made to this contest. He's been very promising and got the assist for Celtic's goal. High foot called on Alberto Pangrazzi. So that was very loose. Burkott is going to drill it up towards Yingling. The race on with Rivera, who did really well and got impeded as well, but under a huge amount of pressure there. Rivera got a good touch back to Cisse. Barquin. Back to Josemar Sanchez. Park. Looking towards Ewan Sanchez. Makata got under the ball. And Sanchez will invite on Bazan. Well read by Mankata. But he lost it a little cheaply. Ewan Sanchez, Charnas tussling the ball away from him. Couldn't quite wriggle clear of Burkhardt. Luke Smith. Brown. Oh, it was a really nice idea, but the timing of the run slightly off from Ewan Sanchez. And the pass also a little overcooked. Coleman. Morales. Hoboken alive to his danger and immediately swarmed in with 3 players. Barquin. Looked to drill it down the line. Yingling wasn't on the same wavelength. It seems a little early for time wasting, but Cisse letting Yingling come to him. But Celtic just struggling a little bit to keep the ball. Giving it away a few times cheaply in a row. Park, incisive ball to Yingling. Rivera was a little too heavy on his back. Free kick for Hoboken. So we're approaching the half-hour mark. Looks as if Parker's just going to send this into the penalty area. Driven in quite flatly and simple enough for Charnas to clear. Here is Sanchez keeping possession for Hoboken. Parks a really good ball to Yingling, who had a lot to do with 2 Manhattan defenders on him. Look at that for a touch from Josemar Sanchez. Park. Luke Smith. Not the best of balls. Something pertinent to this game is neither Manhattan Celtic nor Hoboken have failed to score this season in the APSL. And Manhattan certainly have the leaker of the two defences, just 2 clean sheets. As Ewan Sanchez going for a very ambitious effort. Comfortable save for Cisse. But just 2 clean sheets for Celtic, 5 for Hoboken. Both of them in 12 games. Charnas intercepting. Still with it, Marco Charnas, who's searching for Husinov on that far side. Atamengue. Ball turned over by Hoboken and cleared by Sanchez. Smith. Coleman. Sau again loose with possession, and Ewan Sanchez can start a counter-attack here for Hoboken. Sau redeeming himself quickly, but then losing it again, and then redeeming himself once again. 0 to 0, 0 to 0, in quick succession. Atamengue pulled over by Corey Burkhart, and he's going to be the first player to go in the book this afternoon. And Atamengue, as you might be able to hear, quite a bit of discomfort. Not sure if he had a little knock of his knee there as he went over. That's what he seemed to be talking about. But he's going to try and walk it off. Coleman looking down the channel for Charnas. Charnas low. Josimar Sanchez once again well positioned to cut across. Burkhart overran it. It was good pressure by Singh. And Burkhart's got to be very careful indeed. He had a little push against Mankata, not a yellow in and of itself, but he just got his first one. I think he's probably on pretty thin ice at this point. The referee just giving him a talking to, encouraging him to keep his head. Atamengue heading it on towards Charnas, who flicked on and he got impeded right on the edge of the penalty area. And what an opportunity this is for Celtic. Right on the 18-yard box line. Ortiz has got to get his wall set just right here. Husinov and Marco Charnas both standing over the ball. Five in Ortiz's wall. Looks like it will be the skipper, Marco Charnas. Straight into the hands of Ortiz. The rebound nearly falling to Singh. It just came back at him so quickly he couldn't adjust to make the finish. Guys, a reminder to tune into Game of Frame for much more action tonight. We've got more American Premier Soccer League action in the Delaware River Conference between Real Central New Jersey and Kensington Soccer Club. And then next weekend, we're going to have 3 American Premier Soccer League Metropolitan games as well as a Delaware River game. We haven't got that listed. Just hang on a second as this attack builds up. Hoboken survive. But got Nyack against Central Park Rangers at 12:15 p.m. next week on Sunday. Zoom against Hoboken at 7:30 p.m. And then the big one, the Pan-Cyprian Freedoms against the Greek Americans, a Hellenic derby. And with the table as it is, a title match. Live from St. John's Belson Stadium, 8 p.m. on Sunday evening. Going into the start of today, the Pan-Cyprians leading the Metropolitan table by 3 points. They face Doxa away from home tonight, whilst the Greeks will entertain Nyack. Both games you'd expect the top 2 to win. But with the way the American Premier Soccer League has developed these past few seasons, it's increasingly the case that there just isn't an easy game anymore. We've seen bottom place teams beat the so-called Big Three, which wasn't something that happened in the first year or 2 of the American Premier Soccer League, but it is happening now, and it's making it that much more predictable and enjoyable as a league to watch. Smith, Pangrazi sets it back to Yingling. Clever ball to Smith. Lots of blue shirts in this area. Smith with a looping cross. That's loose by Smith. And the only criticism you could really have of Man Celtic from these first 35 minutes is they have at times been a little loose with the ball, playing out the back. Sometimes when they're not even under a huge amount of pressure, just a little too casual with the pass. They're giving it back to Hoboken in positions that they shouldn't be giving it to them. Atamangwe looking to help it on, and Rivera's done really well to win that against Burkhart. Charnas has really run the midfield so far. An ambitious ball for Morales, a little bit too ambitious. It's a good ball by Ortiz, out to Bazan, who held off the tackle of Charnas, and the race on between Mancata and Owen Sanchez. Mancata poking a foot in. Rivera. Under a lot of pressure by Yingling. And it's one back by Hoboken. Eze Brown. Bit of a melee on that far side, which Celtic come away with the ball. Cleared out by Smith. And then Charnas has pickpocketed Corey Burkhart. And Celtic have got an overload here. Giovanni Morales in towards the far post. Park cut it out. Atamangwe was hungrily waiting behind him. Charnas. Morales. It's that man again. Sanchez well positioned to cut out. Charnas, clever touch. And here's Coleman, he's got half a yard and it came off his teammates behind. But well kept in by Morales to earn a corner kick for Celtic. And I believe it might be Celtic's first corner of the afternoon. Whipped in. There's cleared out by Pangrazi. And Burkhart with the presence of mind. It's a good switch. Barquin. And he finds Ewan Sanchez, one-on-one with Mankata. Not a lot to aim for at the moment for Sanchez. Dinks it towards that back post, and Yingling was offside. Singh. Charnas heavy with his touch, and then that wasn't the right pass by Ewan Sanchez. Smith. Oh, that's Coleman, excuse me. Here's Smith. Charnas, clever touch onto Singh. To Manguay. Just a little bit too complicated by Husanov. Josemar Sanchez. They're searching for Bazan. Couldn't find him. Morales. Charnas. Mankata. Somehow able to squeeze through all those blue shirts. They're still with it, Mankata. Just refused to release it. And Barquin wins it back for Hoboken, and there's a little nip at his heels by Atamanguay. As we move towards the closing minutes of this first half, the early goal by Atamanguay giving Celtic the advantage. I think it's fair to say they've been slightly better than Hoboken in this first half, but not by a huge margin, and Hoboken have certainly had a few good chances. Charnas, good press by Burkhart, and Adam Yingling has got a free kick for Hoboken. It's in shooting range. Barquin eager to get it in his hands after the golazo he scored on Wednesday night. But I'm not sure he'll be the final candidate to take it, we'll see. S.A. Brown puts it down ominously. It is decently central, this free kick. So I imagine they will go on frame, but plenty of options for if they opt to cross. It's Yingling and S.A. Brown over the ball. It's Adam Yingling, and it's gone into orbit. I think he might have been trying to knuckleball that, but certainly didn't turn out as he quite wanted. And that maybe sums up A frustrating first half for Hoboken. Gray nearly brought that down, but caught. Yingling and Brown losing the ball between them. Mankata. Look at the pace by Mankata. But Bazan had too much of a head start on him. That's a massive whack by Charnas. Quite a useful whack it might prove to be. Husanov not giving up on it. Looked like a foul on Barquin, and the referee giving it just a slight little tug. And then Eze Brown having a shove on Rivera, who was tardy in returning the ball. Park out doing Sanchez. Couldn't find Bazan. And the referee is going to blow for half-time. Manhattan Celtic at the moment going into third place with the narrow lead courtesy of Gray. Hoboken with a lot to do. Do not go now, guys. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
That's a good bit of footwork there by Spalding. It's gone for a spaceship shot! It's magnificent by Spalding!
Bonviel has the ball, takes a shot, rips it from outside the 18 and goal!
From perhaps that defensive error,
Still with Paxton. Paxton to toward Dagan. Dagan inside the 18-yard box. Dribbles away from 2, 3. Dagan! Goal for Brooklyn United!
Right-footed, and this range, he could have it. Oh, a reaction save there from Watson.
Through ball excellent by Olkini as Kevin chips the goalkeeper 4-1.
Ball still in Intercontinental, top of the box with a shot. Sean with the save, still there. Sean with the second save. Excellent work from Sean.
Try to be taken down. Johnson onto the left foot. Has Jalot. Jalot for game, set, and match. It's bit wide, and it's in. Game, set, and match.
There's a gap here on the left side for the Pansifrans to exploit. It's slotted through. Matthew Forster, first chance of the game, and it's buried by Matthew Forster.
Tyler now on their right. Sire with a great ball, trying to find Sasha. The shot, and a goal! What a beautiful build-up by F.A. Euro!
There it is, towards the captain. He goes over in the box. A shot comes in, and again Webster.
Distributes the ball. Luchini moves it on to El Handawi, who slips it through to King. And there it is, slotted again.
An incredible bit of skill there from Gladys.
Intercontinental will make their move. It's a shot, and it's in. That is unbelievable from Intercontinental. Beautiful shot into the upper 90.
Oh, Diamba! Oh, off the crossbar. They're claiming goal. It's goal! Diamba opens the scoring.
Back to Asher Rushevsky, left-footed pass toward Quincy Strauss-Figueroa. Thinking about a curler. Quincy Strauss-Figueroa!
Loose ball from Mario finds the feet of Gladys, who in turn lets his winger loose. Kovacic lets the ball forward 3-0, just like that.
Can he be the hero? And he can! Goal!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Bettsbrook Park. Hoboken making a change in goal. Andrew Borte switching off with Manuel Ortiz. Other than that, the two teams looking unchanged. And Atamangwe, who scored the only goal thus far of this game, will kick us off for the second half. Celtic at the moment on course to go into the playoff zone. But a lot can change in 45 minutes. And Lansdowne will also be kicking off shortly against Vistula. There's plenty of options for both managers to call on from the bench. It'll be interesting to see when Coach Thacker and Coach Farrell choose to make their moves. Josmar Sanchez, one back by Morales. Howes of appeal from Celtic for a handball, the referee not moved. Smith into Corey Burkhart. Morales tracking back again. Husanov. Coleman. Smith. Good step by Park, and Luke Smith can turn here. Lots of space on the left side for Ewan Sanchez, who's on the corner of the penalty area. Corey Burkhart. Lots of Manhattan defenders back now, though. Quinn towards that far post. But overall, other than one very good delivery by Adam Yingling, Hoboken's balls into the box have not been good enough. Have not really capitalised on the wide positions to create any chances. Charnas, lovely hook round the corner. Atamangwe slices it onto Morales. Good football by Celtic. They'll win the throw-in. Coleman. Park just putting his foot behind it, and Smith is going to head that back. Pangarazzi sniffing danger. It was a long way for Smith to try and head it back, especially the way the ball didn't have a lot of pace behind it as it bounced up for him. Got just about enough. And Cisse off his line. Good step by Quinn. But they need to out on the ball too long. Singh. He's managed to work his way through two defenders. Park able to recover. Quinn. Smith. Josmar Sanchez. Down the channel by Bazan. Pankrasi. Or Ewan Sanchez even, excuse me. Did well to work inside his Brown. Hooks it to Quinn. There's a promising attack by Hoboken, but not quite enough numbers committed into the penalty area. Bazan. Sanchez. That's loose by Hoboken. Atamanguay. A good tackle by Sanchez. The linesman, after a long think, gave the throw into Celtic. And a reminder as well, Celtic have at the moment the head-to-head against Hoboken from winning the first encounter in September. So if they win, they hold on to this win today, they'll go 3 points clear of Hoboken. But that would mean Hoboken have to make up 4 points in the remaining 9 games, which of course there's enough time to do that. But because the tiebreaker would be in Celtic's favour, it won't be enough for Hoboken to get level on points. Brown did well to keep on his feet the first time, but then got tripped. No sooner had he scrambled back onto his feet once again. Brown, that's a really clever turn. Just for a second, but good covering by Singh. Borte. Not enough behind that clearance. One back by Bazan. Pangrazi. A lot of turnover by both teams early in this half. Referee going to be very pedantic there about why that free kick's taken. It's almost exactly the spot. Here's Smith. Burkott. Got caught late there by Charnas, who might be a little fortunate to escape yellow. He's not going to. That was a very clumsy tackle. Nowhere near the ball. Burkott and Charnas both on a yellow now. Josimar Sanchez. Looping ball in. Coleman with a headed clearance. Atamanguay. Husanov. His switch was intercepted initially, but finds its way to Morales, but he rather snatched at the possession. Smith. Burkott, Yingling. A little bit too much on it for Barquin. Husanov. Morales. Bit of space here on the right for Charnas. On the corner of the penalty area, Atamanguay asking for it. Charnas delaying and looking towards that back post. Well, read by Borte. Luke Smith. Burkott. It's a good ball on that left side to Bazan. Hoboken will get the throw in midway in Celtic's half. Sanchez loops it up. Very easy for Mohamed Cisse, who hasn't had too much to do thus far. He was very busy in the September meeting between the sides, made some wonderful saves. But I can only remember him really making one stop so far this afternoon. But still a lot of time for that to change, and historically this fixture has had explosive second halves. Last two meetings have had 3 goals in the second period each time, or 3 or more goals. In May it was 4. Sanchez. Barquin. Intentions read by Coleman. Spencer Burkhart is warming up on the far side for Hoboken. Scored in the previous meeting between the sides, and looks as if Jack Barrett, or John Barrett even, excuse me, is warming up for Celtic, among maybe 1 or 2 other players. It looks as if someone else is getting stripped down, so changes coming soon from both sides it seems. Sanchez. Isaiah Brown. Up onto Barquin. Tussle between him and Rivera. Yingling comes away with it, but the ball wasn't good enough into Smith. Sanchez wins it back. Brown got caught late there by Sal. And I think he's going to get a booking too. And Celtic are going to make their first change. Going to make 2 in fact. And I think Celtic certainly have lost some of the momentum in this second half. And Coach Saka is going to make the changes. And it's going to be 2 defenders going out, Sal and Mankata. John Barrett, one of the additions, and we'll try and find out who that second player is once we get a look at their number. Park looping it in. Barrett with an immediate impact, heading it clear. And here's Morales. Well, one back by Smith, and the referee is on a yellow card spree. And it's all Manhattan Celtic at the moment, getting written into his book. I believe I saw it's number 6 on that far side for Celtic. Fasiki Diaby. Driven in. And once again, it's Barrett there. That's a man great. Lovely dancing feet. Under a lot of pressure. Singh. Husanov. That's a man great. Rivera. That's a man great. Not with a lot of space to work with. Ball stayed in. And one back by Hoboken. Smith is looking, I think, for a run from Brown. And I think actually it might not be Diaby's on that right side. Seeing a different number, but not exactly clear what it is. It's just not a 6. Could be a little hard to see the gold numbers against white from this distance on the far side, but we'll get a look soon enough. Coleman looking for a clever free kick. too much on it for Charnas. Josimar Sanchez. Cut out by Morales. And Marco Charnas. Ataman Gray was all by himself in the middle, but Charnas closed down very quickly by Park, but one back by Celtic. Hoboken are being very sloppy at the moment with it in their own third. And it could be punished here. Rivera searching towards that far post. Charnas wins it back. Husanov. Hooked in by Rivera. Morales will keep it in. Sent back down the line for Celtic. Coleman with half a yard. But then it's cut out by Luke Smith. Yingling. Just a little bit too much on it for Ruben Sanchez. Coleman. Brown. One back by Charnas, who wouldn't take no for an answer. Pass one. Space here on the far side for Morales, who fires it in and clatters it off the side netting. I think it hit the back upright, not the post. Caught it with lots of venom. Good spell for Celtic. And Hoboken making another change. Guys, a reminder, today's broadcast sponsored by Salt Athletic. They made the world's freshest cleat bag. Uses special technology to reduce odour in car rides and in your houses, apartments. And they're offering the Game and Frame community a 10% discount. If you scan the QR code and add an air case to your cart, you'll get 10% off. Big thank you to them for being the presenting partner for Game and Frame. It's Spencer Burkott who's come on the right wing for Hoboken, replacing Alberto Pangrazzi. But Celtic are really starting to search this second goal. It's Morales again. Bazan stuck closely to him. So the other shift for Hoboken with Pangrazzi going off is Ewan Sanchez has gone into the centre forwards position. Yingling is now on the left and Spencer Burkott on the right. Burkott, one of Hoboken's most prolific players these past few seasons. They need a goal now. Lovely touch on by Husanov. Rivera, who's got forwards more in this past 5 minutes. Driven crossfield towards Morales. Lovely ball. And Morales teasing with the footwork. He's gone down. Bazan came in behind him. Was there enough contact? Referee thinking not. It looked borderline. I think Bazan probably just pulled out enough. And here comes Ewan Sanchez. He's going to have to do it by himself. Now teammates in support. Eze Brown. Spencer Burkott with some space and Brown couldn't get the ball out of his feet. We're past the hour mark. You could count the number of goals that this fixture has delivered in the last 30 minutes. Nearly on two hands in recent encounters between these sides. Can Hoboken salvage this one? Yingling drives it back in. Cisse got a punch in it and then able to gather the seconds. Ataman Gray had so much to do there. I wonder if Cisse might have just been a little better keeping the ball to himself and letting Celtic catch their breath. Yingling. Sanchez. Temperature just starting to drop here on what's been a lovely early spring afternoon in New York, but the sun is going down. Certainly beats the weather we had on our Wednesday night broadcast with Hoboken, which writ off a fair bit of gear, I'm afraid to report, including a tent which got blown over the fence despite sandbags and all. Here comes Celtic. Rivera on the overlap, and he's got it here. One-on-one with Sanchez. Rivera onto his right foot. Not enough venom, and he's getting a few side-eye glances from his teammates who are hoping for the ball. Barquin. Spencer Burkott. Helped on by Barquin to Brown. And Yingling can have a go here. I think it's Shaker on that far side. Morales. Barquin. Spencer Burkott. One back by Morales. There's a little tug down the back of Barquin. And Coach Thacker making another change. Morales off. Spencer Burkott gives it to Bazan. He's got lots of time. It's an awful ball. Didn't get under it. Charnas, who I think has moved to the centre forward position. That's great. Cut out by Park. Rivera. A touch a little heavy by Charnas. There is Sanchez under heavy pressure, opting to stay on his feet. It's Johan Grande who's come on in the middle for Celtic. Here's Yingling. And he ended up losing it and then conceding a free kick. And Yingling goes into the back. That's a man great. Burkott. That's Corey Burkott out to Spencer Burkott. Barquin back to Spencer. Intercepted by Singh. Charnas. He's got Jung Park isolated here, Marco Charnas. Giving it back to Grande. And Coleman will just keep possession. Husanov. 20 minutes remaining here. Celtic creeping their way into the playoff zone. That early goal by Ataman Gray still the difference maker. Hoboken have really struggled to find any attacking penetration in this game. Particularly the second half. Can they find that little bit of quality to make a breakthrough? Barquin. Barquin again. They look for the switch, but not the right quality of pass. Husanov, jinking and turning and driving down the channel. Good tackle by Sanchez. Burkhardt drills it crossfield towards Yingling. Lovely turn by Shaker. Coleman, dispossessed by Smith. It's been a very high tempo game. I think some of the players are really starting to feel the effects of fatigue. Here's Burkhardt, teasing it across the 6-yard box. And is that just where they miss? Luca D'Estasio there would have those instincts to really attack the 6-yard box. Corner taken short. Yingling back into the mixer. And Barrett with the header. It goes out for a corner kick. It looks as if we're going to see one of the Petrocelli brothers. Barzan is going to be replaced. Two sets of twins, I should say, identical twins on Hoboken. We'll wait to see what his number is before we commit. As that ball is sent in towards the far post. That was a much better delivery there from Hoboken. It was the substitute Spencer Burkhardt with it. Here is Enzo Petrocelli, who came on, looks like a straight swap. He's gone into left back. Coleman. And Charnas not taking any chances. Another change being prepared for Celtic, and Marco Charnas, who has been superb, a real cactus performance, is going to be subbed off. Just did not stop running or fighting for those loose balls and had so much quality in possession, and played a very important role in the build-up for Celtic's goal. Coleman takes over the armband. And it looks as if Ataman Gray has gone back to centre forwards. Sanchez. And it's Alexandre Bonville, who's come on that right side, I believe, who certainly earned his spot into the team with a marvellous goal for the reserves in the Metropolitan Soccer League Division 1 last weekend. And that's likely to be a contender in our March Goal of the Month competition, I think it's fair to say. Luke Smith, Enzo Petroselli, who in Sanchez touches it down, and Brown tussling, and it comes towards the far post. It's come to Barquin's setback, and it was just cut out by Barrett, with the goal gaping for Ewan Sanchez. Barquin again. Oh, what a hairy moment for Celtic. It's finally over. They just about escape. Really dangerous. Cisse making a mess of that, and Barquin setting it back, but the substitute, Barrett, with a critical intervention. Luke Smith. Shaker's going to try and shepherd it out. And I'm not sure exactly how the linesman made that calculus. I didn't see a touch by Shaker, albeit from a very distant perspective. Hoboken get the throw-in end. Coach Farrell preparing another 2 changes. Spencer Burkhart just ran away from him, the ball, as he turned. Husanov. And it's Dante Petroselli, one of the subs preparing to come on. And I believe Emmett Alla, the other. Lovely interchange there by Celtic. Husanov, can they kill this game? Grande. Bonville looking to recreate the magic of last weekend, but that was a considerably harder chance there. Almost turning away from goal as he struck it. Yingling and Eze Brown replaced. Dante Petroselli will go on that left wing. And Ayla goes into the centre of midfield. And here's Dante Petroselli with his first touch. Does well with it. Smith. Good step by his Smith counterpart for Celtic. Corey Burkhart searching towards his twin, and it's a penny perfect ball. Spencer Burkhart brings it down onto his left foot. Spencer Burkhart! Oh, that would have been really special. Wonderful first touch. Cut inside, and he caught it really cleanly. But anticipated well by Mohamed Cisse. But these last 5 minutes, Celtic, Hoboken, really beginning to look a bit more threatening. Coleman. Smith. Coleman. Looking in behind for Husanov, who's got it. He could seal it here. Husanov, the flag goes up, but Borte denied him anyway. Luke Smith. Barquin down the channel towards Dante Petroselli. Quite a height difference between him and Barrett. Sanchez with a positive step. Coleman on that second ball. Who's got more gas left in the tank, I wonder, for these last 10 minutes? It's been a bruising contest. I believe both sides now have made all their substitutions. You can definitely see some heavy legs for the players who started the game. Understandably. given the tempo of the contest. Dante Petroselli. Ewan Sanchez will give it chase. Ewan Sanchez towards the far post. He spills it. Rivera well positioned, but he hasn't really cleared that. Smith coming to his rescue. Hooked back in by Petroselli. Ewan Sanchez forced wide by his first touch. Ayla. Enzo Petroselli. Smith. Couldn't quite bring it down, and here's Husanov. Singh intercepting. Coleman. We're in for a nail-biting final 10 minutes in this pivotal game in the playoff hunt. Latin 28 helping on to Husanov, who looked to guide it into the path of Bonville. Too much on it. I think it's fair to say this contest hasn't conventionally been as entertaining as the last two games between Hoboken and Celtic. Certainly lowering the score count. But it's had a very tense, enthralling feel to it nonetheless, just with how tight the entire contest has been. It's just felt as if it's hung on a knife edge, which rather epitomises the playoff race as well. Corey Burkott. Enzo Petroselli. Ayla. Corey Burkott. And it's played out by Celtic. And again, victory today doesn't by any means wrap up the race. Still 9 game weeks to go. Celtic with that 3-point lead over Hoboken. But they do have their tiebreaker as well, so they have a little bit of breathing room, unless ball's cleared out this time. And I misspoke. It looks as if Celtic do have one more change yet to make, and it will be made shortly. Bonville. Does well just to settle down possession for the hosts. Rivera. Barrett. Coleman. Celtic content to keep the ball. Barrett driving it forwards. Bonville, Sanchez. Very keen to get that second ball as well. Atom and Guay turning well. Gets it back again. Clark with the header. This will suit Celtic just fine, just keeping possession, running down the clock. And guys, a reminder, we've got more American Premier Soccer League action coming up tonight. Real Central New Jersey entertain Kensington Soccer Club at 8 p.m. in the Delaware River Conference. And then we're going to have 4 APSL games next weekend. 3 of the games are going to be in the Metropolitan Conference Division. Nyack against CPR at 12:15 p.m. All these are on Sunday next week. Zoom against Hoboken at 7:30, and then the big one, the Pan-Cyprian Freedoms against the Greek Americans in a Hellenic derby, and crucial title match between the top 2 sides in the league. That's going to be 8 p.m. live from St John's. All that exclusively on Game and Frame, and all airing on YouTube as well as our website. Corey Burkott looking to wriggle his way through, but the last touch coming off of him. Celtic edging nearer to the finish line. Avi Singh will be withdrawn. Here's Park. There's Jarvi who's come on in the middle for Celtic. Coleman. Kushnov looking to touch it on, but Barquin still with running in the legs. A little over 4 minutes remaining of normal time. We'll see how much stoppage we get. Sanchez searching towards Dante Petroselli. Cisse was off his line, and Petroselli had a big chance there. It was a beautiful ball to split the defence by Sanchez, and Petroselli timed his run so well. But he really should have done better at that. Cisse found himself stranded in no man's land. I wonder if Petroselli could have either rounded him or tried to lob him, which may have been what he's actually intended to do with that, trying to lob him and just didn't hit it quite right. But here at the other end, Manhattan Celtic storm up. It's Husanov. Shoulder to shoulder with Sung, with Jung Park even, excuse me, who handled that defending really well. Petroselli, here's Ayla. Spencer Burkott. Corey Burkott. Ayla. Sanchez finding Barquin. Good work there by Husanov. He's been another really good performer this afternoon for Celtic. Doesn't sound as if we're going to have a whole lot of stoppage time from the referee. I think he said 3 minutes. Should be no stoppage time. We'll see if that turns out to be the case. Something needs to happen sharpish for Hoboken. Shaker. Johan helps it on, and Bonville could seal the deal here for Celtic. Bonville hits the post, millimetres away from the nail in the coffin. It comes back to Johan on the edge, who fizzes it straight into Borte. Hoboken still in this contest by the skin of their teeth. I think that effort by Bonville took a deflection, which may have been a critical one, just enough to save Hoboken. The last two meetings between these sides has delivered late drama, both times in Celtic's favour. They scored a late penalty, 93rd minute penalty in May. And then in September, Hoboken hit the crossbar in stoppage time to be denied an equaliser. But was that just an omen there? Celtic, unfortunate there. Still time for something for Hoboken, not much of it. It's Spencer Burkott, floats it in. Smith there to meet it. Burkott again, lots of blue shirts in the area. Smith able to keep it in the field of play. Someone positioned well for Celtic to deal with it. Sanchez, oh, he's done marvellously there. Lost his balance, not under any contact. Look at that tackle from Dante Petroselli. Barquin. Coleman with his own tackle. Barquin, I think he's just run out of gas, Barquin. Well played out by Celtic. Can they just eat some more seconds off the clock? Diaby. Rivera. Back to Smith. Ashman Guay. Back to Barrett. We're into stoppage time. Bonville receiving again. He's been a useful substitute, Bonville. Coleman's going to try and take this to the corner. Ayler not letting him. Maybe time for one last attack for Hoboken. Smith looking to reverse it. Didn't really have a lot ahead of him, honestly. But he's won it back and he gets a free kick, and this might be the last shot for Hoboken. Then the centre circle with the free kick, but surely this has just got to go into the penalty area. It's now or never for the visitors. Well, they're dropping outside of the playoff zone. Ashman Guay has run his race, replaced for these final seconds. Corey Burkhart, not an easy free kick to send in. This one so central, the position. He's going to have to wait it just right. Let's see what he conjures up. Not enough on it. Spencer Burkhart. He switched it and Luke Smith's got some space here. Luke Smith towards the far post. Cisse got a hand on it. It comes back to Spencer Burkhart. And Shaker with the block of the match. Well, I promised we'd get some drama late on. Celtic very nearly throwing it away at the death. But Cisse and Shaker were critical interventions. So actually, it looks like we do have a fair bit of stoppage time. I mean, it's hard to hear exactly what the players are saying. Don't have their fourth official board, but I think what I heard is another 3 to play. Should actually be quite a lot, given what we've already had. Here's Ayler. Burkhart. Barquin. Trying to force it down the channel. Throw in deep inside the half for Hoboken. Corey Burkhart going down very easily. And the referee not interested in that. Cesar Cernat, the latest change for Celtic. He's in the centre forward position. Sanchez getting under that ball. Hirasone did get a touch and looked for a second as if he might have set away Bonville, but the flag up. Corey Burkhart. Didn't get enough on the pass. But that is the full-time whistle. Manhattan Celtic with the critical 3 points. They move into the playoff zone, clear of Hoboken, and they have the tiebreaker. It's not the final word, that's for sure, in the playoff hunt. Still 9 weeks to go. But it's a big moment, and Hoboken are going to have a lot of work to do to make up the gap. And it came right down to critical moments in the final seconds once again this contest. And then Shaker and Cisse with crucial interventions to deny Hoboken. And Celtic taking a big step towards a historic first ever qualification for the APSL playoffs. Well guys, don't go anywhere, we'll get ourselves some post-match reaction from Manhattan Celtic.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
Bonfiel has the ball, takes a shot, rips it from outside the 18 and goal!
From perhaps that defensive error. Still with Paxton to toward Dagan. Dagan inside the 18-yard box, dribbles away from 2, 3, Dagan! Goal for Brooklyn United!
Right-footed, and it's Ranch, he could have it. Oh, a reaction save there from Watson.
Through ball excellent by Olkini as Kevin chips the goalkeeper 4-1.
Ball still in, Intercontinental, top of the box with a shot. Sean with the save, still there. Sean with the second save. Excellent work from Sean.
Try to be taken down. Johnson onto the left foot. Has Jalot. Jalot for game, set, and match. It's a bit wide, and it's in. Game, set, and match.
There's a gap here on the left side for the Pacificans to exploit. It's slotted through. Matthew Forster, first chance of the game, and it's buried by Matthew Forster.
Tyler now on their right. Side with a great ball, trying to find Sasha. The shot, and a goal! What a beautiful build-up by F.A. Euro!
There it is, towards the captain. He goes over in the box. A shot comes in, and again Webster.
Distributes the ball. Buccini moves it on to El Handawi, who slips it through to King. And there it is, slotted again.
An incredible bit of skill there from Gladys.
Intercontinental will make their move. It's a shot, and it's in. That is unbelievable from Intercontinental. Beautiful shot into the upper 90.
Oh, Diamba! Oh, off the crossbar. They're claiming goal. It's goal! Diamba opens the scoring.
Back to Asher Rushevsky, left-footed pass toward Quincy Strauss-Figueroa. Thinking about a curler, Quincy Strauss-Figueroa!
Loose ball from Mario finds the feet of Gladys, who in turn lets his winger loose. Kovacic lets the ball forward, 3-0, just like that.
Can he be the hero? And he can! Goal!
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink.
Hey guys, I'm here with Manhattan Celtic skipper Marco Chonas. Marco, congrats on the win. You guys had a really tough start to this second half of the season. Lansdowne and then Hoboken. You knew this was going to be critical for your playoff hopes. How happy are you to have come away with that, with 4 points?
Really happy, man. I think it was a really good start for us. Definitely both good results. But 3 points, no matter who we play, are 3 points. So we got to keep going this way, focus on the next game. But yeah, I think we did a pretty good preseason over the winter. So yeah, happy with how we started.
You guys made a really good start, scoring pretty early. What was Coach Thacker's instructions to you guys this afternoon?
Keep the intensity, defensively, of course, and then try to play wide, try to damage on the wide areas. Was hard in moments. Was really intense in the middle, not a lot of time and space, but I think we managed to make it through.
Every time you guys face Hoboken, it seems to come down to a critical moment in the final seconds. How much was your heart in your mouth when Hoboken got that chance at the end?
I mean, yeah, it's always the same. We've been playing these guys since the Cosmo League, really, I think Division 2. So we know them really well, they know us really well. These games typically are like very tight. Always, 1 or 2 goals there in the result. But yeah, happy that this time it was for us.
Finally, you guys have passed 2 very tough tests with 4 points. Still 9 games left to go in the season. What's going to be the key for you guys to see out the rest and make it into the playoffs?
Thinking like game after game, like I said, 3 points are 3 points no matter who we play. We managed to also add some really good players. So now we have a pretty deep squad. And yeah, just stay focused game after game, continue practicing and yeah, take it from there.
Well, Marco, congratulations on the win and well played as well. You really battled well. Captain's performance.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Take care. We'll see you soon. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us here at Tibet's Brook Park. Manhattan Celtic moving into the playoff zone, beating Hoboken with a narrow 1-0 win. A really enthralling, tense game. We've got more action happening right now in Game and Frame. And this evening, more American Premier Soccer League, 8 p.m. kickoff between Kensington Soccer Club and Real Central New Jersey, and 4 American Premier Soccer League games among many coming up next weekend. You can see 3 of the Metro Division ones that are going to be next Sunday, including the Bansiprian Freedoms against the Greek Americans, the headline title game, 8 p.m. live from Belston Stadium on Sunday night. But I want to give one more thank you to our sponsors, Salt Athletic and the Metropolitan Soccer League, for their support of this broadcast. Thank you to JP Zuccato for doing great work running the live stream and with the camera. Thank you to all of you for watching. This is Josh Pratt signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays, everyone.